You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your Cloud Plus certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. Configuration management in cloud environments refers to the practice of defining, applying, and maintaining system configurations in a secure and consistent manner. It ensures that infrastructure, operating systems, and applications stay aligned with approved security and performance standards. When paired with event monitoring, configuration management provides a feedback loop that enforces policy and detects deviations in real time. This credential includes configuration management and monitoring under operational and architectural security topics. Monitoring and configuration management are closely linked because each supports the other. Configuration tools enforce rules across cloud workloads, while monitoring tools validate that those rules are followed. Without this connection, unauthorized changes might go undetected, leaving systems exposed. Cloud Plus may test your ability to identify incidents caused by unmanaged drift or missing configuration enforcement, requiring you to correlate symptoms with policy gaps. Configuration management systems such as Ansible, Puppet, and Chef automate the deployment and enforcement of secure configurations at scale. These tools apply predefined templates or scripts to configure systems consistently, making them ideal for large environments. Cloud-native equivalents, such as AWS Systems Manager or Azure Automation, offer similar capabilities. This credential may include questions about how these tools are used to meet compliance goals, or to standardize virtual machine provisioning across environments. Desired state configuration is a model in which the correct configuration is declared and then continuously enforced. If a system drifts from its intended configuration, the tool either alerts administrators or automatically reverts the change. This approach ensures that security and performance policies remain in place over time. Candidates must understand how desired state differs from alert-only monitoring and when to apply automated remediation versus manual review. Tags and metadata play a critical role in managing cloud resources by classifying systems based on their role, environment, or data sensitivity. Configuration tools use these tags to apply specific settings to the correct targets, while dashboards and audits use them for filtering and compliance reporting. In multi-cloud systems, tag-based enforcement enables centralized policy control even when architectures differ. This credential includes tag-based management as a key element of policy enforcement and configuration visibility. Real-time configuration monitoring detects changes that could introduce risk or indicate compromise. Examples include modifications to firewall rules, unexpected user permissions, or altered operating system parameters. These changes may be intentional but unauthorized, or they may signal the early stages of an attack. Monitoring tools generate alerts that support rollback or investigation. The certification may ask you to identify how a change was detected and what response is most appropriate. Configuration tools often integrate directly with event monitoring platforms to share updates and support correlation. When a configuration change occurs, that information can be sent to a security information and event management system. This allows administrators to link a change event with other indicators of compromise or operational disruption. Candidates must understand how configuration and event logs work together to support incident response and root cause analysis. Events can originate from a wide variety of sources, including operating systems, applications, network devices, security tools, and cloud platform services. These sources generate structured logs that capture activity details such as process starts, user logins, permission changes, and network access. Each event must be evaluated to determine if it represents normal behavior, a configuration change, or a security anomaly. Cloud Plus emphasizes the importance of knowing where logs come from and how they are triaged. Distinguishing between normal and abnormal events requires baselines that define expected system behavior. Any deviation from this baseline, such as an unexpected service installation or unauthorized port change, can trigger alerts. These alerts must be prioritized based on risk and routed for immediate review if they indicate compromise. Candidates may be tested on how to identify which events require escalation and what level of response is appropriate in different cloud environments. Configuration baselines provide the foundation for maintaining system integrity over time. They define what each system should look like at deployment and support ongoing enforcement through monitoring. When an event log shows a system diverging from its baseline, this may indicate a misconfiguration or active attack. The exam may include scenarios where you must correlate an event log entry with a known good baseline to determine whether remediation is required. Configuration management tools also support remediation and rollback capabilities. When drift is detected, these tools can either notify administrators or automatically return the system to its approved state. Some environments require manual review, while others use auto-remediation to reduce risk without delay. Cloud Plus expects candidates to understand the trade-offs between manual and automated rollback, and how to configure each mode based on organizational policy and risk tolerance. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Event correlation and analysis allow security teams to detect complex attack patterns that may not be obvious from isolated logs. By combining multiple related events, such as a configuration change, followed by a failed login attempt, and then a permission escalation, analysts can confirm whether suspicious activity constitutes an incident. Correlation reduces false positives and improves response accuracy. This credential includes event analysis logic within the scope of security information and event management platforms, and expects candidates to understand how to connect event types into meaningful conclusions. Configuration change control processes are critical for ensuring that all changes to systems are authorized, documented, and reversible. These workflows include approval steps, logging, and change validation. Any configuration modification that bypasses this process creates the risk of drift, outage, or unauthorized exposure. The certification may test your ability to respond to unauthorized configuration drift, or to document the required steps for introducing a secure change to a cloud-hosted system. In multi-tenant cloud environments, monitoring must be designed to ensure proper isolation between tenants. Each tenant may require separate logs, configuration dashboards, and alerting mechanisms to prevent data leakage or policy confusion. Shared tools must support access segmentation and enforce visibility boundaries. The credential may present scenarios where improper monitoring design exposes one tenant's activity to another, requiring candidates to redesign the architecture to preserve confidentiality and security boundaries. Dashboards and reporting tools provide a real-time and historical view of the system's configuration and event state. These tools allow administrators to visualize alerts, monitor compliance with policies, and track the status of remediation. Dashboards also serve a communication function by presenting data to non-technical stakeholders, such as auditors or executives. Candidates must be able to interpret dashboard content and use it to make informed operational or strategic decisions. Cloud-native management and monitoring tools simplify enforcement and visibility by integrating directly with cloud platforms. Examples include Azure Policy, AWS Config, and Google Cloud Operations Suite. These tools work with identity systems, automation platforms, and logging services to maintain security across cloud resources. Cloud Plus may test candidates on which tool supports configuration enforcement in a given cloud environment and how those tools are used to audit or enforce compliance at scale. Retention and compliance requirements dictate how long event and configuration logs must be stored, where they are kept, and how they can be searched or archived. Organizations subject to regulations such as HIPAA, PCI, or GDPR must ensure that logs meet these standards. This includes defining storage duration, access controls, encryption, and expiration policies. The certification may ask how to align retention settings with compliance frameworks, or how to configure searchable archival solutions. A configuration management database, or CMDB, supports asset inventory and version tracking for all managed resources. By linking each configuration change or event log to an asset entry, administrators can verify ownership, deployment history, and expected state. This integration helps ensure that events are interpreted in the context of known systems and that responses are directed appropriately. Cloud Plus includes CMDB awareness as part of asset governance and event response correlation. Secure cloud operations depend on maintaining both proactive configuration enforcement and reactive monitoring. Configuration management tools enforce the intended system state, while monitoring tools detect deviations, potential threats, or unauthorized behavior. When used together, they provide a continuous loop of enforcement and feedback that strengthens security posture and supports audit readiness. This credential includes both approaches and expects candidates to demonstrate how they complement each other in a cloud architecture. Configuration and event management practices must evolve alongside infrastructure changes. As new services are introduced, or as environments scale, policies must be updated to reflect new risks and operational needs. Monitoring must adapt to include new event sources, and configuration management systems must expand their scope. Candidates must understand how to maintain flexibility in their configurations and how to design monitoring solutions that remain effective as environments grow more complex. Incident response is strengthened by accurate and timely configuration and event data. When an incident occurs, responders must be able to trace what changed, when it changed, and whether that change was authorized. These details often determine whether a system was misused, misconfigured, or attacked. The exam may include a scenario requiring candidates to identify which log entry confirms the beginning of an incident, or which configuration action triggered a security event. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.